Pinpoint Weather on NBC5 News is brought to you by the Cow Creek Umpqua Tribe.
Hey, we got a clear sky again to start off this Wednesday morning. That's not going to be the case as we're getting through the day. We'll see some increasing cloud cover, especially later in the afternoon and evening hours. 47 right now, not a huge change from where we were sitting this hour yesterday morning. So a little bit of a chilly start out there. We'll be in the 60s into the lunchtime hour, only topping off around 76 for this afternoon, which is around the seasonal average for this time of year. And we'll see a little bit more wind into the day as well. So still a little bit on the breezy side. It was a nice little break yesterday from some of the breezy winds on Monday. Lower 70s out into our eastern counties, so not a huge difference if you're going to be traveling out and about across our area. Some lower 60s is expected for the coastline, which is a nice little drop off in terms of their temperatures compared to the last couple of days. Now, it's going to be breezy from the southwest through this afternoon, especially across our eastern counties in northern California as a front slides through our area. Could see some wind gusts getting up into that 25 to 30 mile per hour range. This is important for any of you that might have any Halloween decoration out there. They could end up in the neighbor's yard. So make sure they're secure or bring them inside before getting outdoors this morning. Fronts moving through our region right now. Low pressure system is going to be cut off from the main jet stream as we're getting into the next couple of days. And this system is what's going to be bringing additional changes through the rest of this week. And it's going to be just kind of sitting out there in the Pacific as we get through the next day or so. This will bring in a little bit of moisture. We might see some shower potential tonight and through early Thursday. You see this kind of building up into the Cascades and areas out to the east. Might see as the system shifts a little bit further west in the morning hours, could see some of the valleys getting into that rain. And then as the system starts to edge backwards towards the coast, we'll start to see an uptick in that rain potential for the valley as we get into later Thursday and Friday. That's the better chance for some rain, but showers still expected into this weekend. So next 5 days, good little outlook for rain for a lot of our area, especially for the western half of our area, looking at some higher rain amounts. Just checking some of the latest guidance, anywhere from 1/3 to maybe 1/2 of an inch, going to be pretty common for a lot of us here in the valley. It's a little bit higher amounts, could get a few spots along the coastline up to 1 inch of rain. Again, it's not all going to be at one day. This is a multi-day system that's going to be continuing our rain all the way in through this weekend, and you see just that better coverage of rain later Thursday and through Friday, but still some showers into Saturday and Sunday. Sunday, in fact, our next system, after this one clears out, the next one will be building in to bring in some additional rain into the start of next week. And something else we're definitely going to be watching is the snow levels as we head into next week as well. We see them starting to drop off as we head into this weekend, getting around 5,000 to 6,000 feet for Saturday and Sunday morning. So that does leave that potential for areas like Diamond Lake, Crater Lake to get some snow as we're getting through the weekend. So something to watch out for if you have any travel plans. Not expecting major snow amounts by any means, but that could bring a little bit of a shock if you're just kind of out there traveling up into the Cascades here for this weekend. Again, just some light amounts expected for that. Mainly going to be some rain that changes over into that mixture. So you look at the 7-day forecast, that rain potential a little bit better as we get into Friday. Still some shower potential through this weekend, and then becoming more likely again as we head into the start of next week. The other big difference is our highs. We drop out of the 80s today. We're getting into the 60s. In fact, could have 50s to lower 60s for this weekend into next week, with morning lows in the 40s and a bit of breezy conditions to stick around for the next few days. Highs will drop off into the 50s for the Climate Basin. Morning lows will actually be a little bit milder next couple of days, then dropping back down to around freezing heading into next week. Again, could watch that potential maybe for some ice and slick conditions. So keep that in mind. Northern California, we'll see those highs dropping into the 50s, the lower 60s, a bit more wind next couple of days, with the shower potential much better as we get into Friday. And the coastline, looking at rain becoming more likely and sticking around for much of the forecast as we get into later Thursday.